Alrighty, welcome back everyone to Phasmophobia. Hope you're all having a lovely day. We are going to cover Grafton in today's hiding guide, the fourth part of this playlist. Grafton is one of the farmhouse maps with some wide open areas and some line of sight blockers. If you are entering a hiding spot, ensure that your equipment is turned off and that the ghost does not see you enter the hiding spot. Otherwise, it will get you. Just like the other videos, there will be two parts, the first of which is an overview of the map, and the second part is the gameplay. They are all time-stamped, so you can skip ahead if you like. But without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here we are on Grafton, and we will start off with the official hiding spots as always. So as you can see, we have a total of 9 hiding spots available. Let's start on the main floor here. So right here in the entrance, there is a shelf that you can just hide behind. It's just built kind of like this, and you just hide kind of right there. And that spot is pretty decent. The odds of the ghost going there are relatively low, and if you have an unofficial hiding spot kind of like this, you just hide behind this little post here, and you'll be relatively safe. But we'll get to that in more detail later. Then we go over here in the workshop over here, and you just hide behind a mattress here. And this mattress is not the best for hiding. And the reason why is because the ghost likes to path over here a lot, and then it just gets line of sight of you, and then you're dead. So if you have that hiding spot available, I'd reconsider. And then let's go to the laundry room over here. There is a shelf just kind of built kind of like that. And then you also have some boxes like that. And that spot is pretty good because when boxes are angled kind of like this, then the odds of the ghost going into your hiding spot randomly are pretty low. So that's why I like this hiding spot in the laundry room. And then you also go to the master bedroom and same thing. You have boxes just kind of stacked up like that. You just hide behind and you'll be relatively safe. The odds of the ghost going into that room specifically are pretty low to begin with. So having the boxes there as well will help you be safer during a hunt. But there is a small chance that the ghost decides to path over here, and then it just gets line of sight of you over here. And then we go to the twin bedroom over here, and in this little closet area, I don't really like that spot specifically. And the reason why is because even though you have boxes here that you can hide behind, there is a chance that the ghost gets you over here. And the reason why is because the ghost can sometimes walk right through the boxes and get you. So just like in the Tanglewood video where the ghost can walk through the board, the ghost can walk right through these boxes here and it will just get you. So be careful when hiding there. Then we go upstairs and we do have the Grafton chair over here. And it has taken quite a few nerfs over the past year, and mainly because it's now an official hiding spot, and also with the chair, the player got a bit bigger, so you're not able to squish into that corner as easily anymore. And so if the ghost goes over here, it will see you and get you. With that being said, the chair on Grafton is still a pretty good spot, and I would feel safe there. Then we go into the master bedroom here, and there's this little divider here that you would just hide behind. The issue with this hiding spot is it's kind of in the middle of the room here, so the odds of the ghost pathing over here are relatively high. It may not be able to see you if it's over here, but definitely if it gets over here, it will get you pretty easily. So I wouldn't really hide behind the little divider there. And then we get to the attic here, and there's a locker right there. That is a pretty solid hiding spot. The only downside with that one is it's relatively far from the rest of the map. So if you are hiding here, then you will have to walk a pretty decent distance to get there. And then we go to the bedroom over here in the crib spot. And this spot actually used to be pretty good. And as of the 0.11 update, there is a chance that the ghost just decides to get line of sight of you and get you in that hiding spot. So this hiding spot is actually pretty risky. So I would actually not hide there anymore. In fact, if we still had the same player physics as before, then this spot actually would have been at least a yellow. but now I just can't put it anything above a red because of that small chance of getting line of sight of you. All right, now we're on to the unofficial hiding spots on Grafton, and as you can see, there's quite a few of them. Let's start on the main floor here. So over here in the entrance, you still have a shelf over here, but you also have a little supporting post over here that you can hide behind, and you would just kind of squish yourself right there. And this spot is still pretty good. The only downside is if the ghost gets kind of far in here, then it will get line of sight of you. So keep that in mind. And then one more thing with this hiding spot over here is, let's say this is the hiding spot over here. Let's say you go over here and then you go just kind of under the stairs here, right by the propane tank over here. And let's say you're crouching as well. The problem is, if the ghost is going up and down the stairs here, then it will get line of sight of you, and it will go around the hiding spot, and it will get you. You do not want to hide behind the propane tank, but you want to hide right here. You want to hide right by that post and right against that shelf as well. That way, the odds of the ghost getting you are pretty low. And then we get to the dining room over here, and you can kind of effectively hide behind this table here. And the reason why is because most of the time the ghost is just going to go up and down the stairs here. And because of that, the ghost does not often go to the dining room over here. Really, the only times that the ghost goes into the dining room over here is if the ghost is going through the kitchen to go upstairs, or if the ghost room is actually in this bedroom over here and it wants to go down the stairs and over here, over into the dining room and setting a waypoint over here somewhere. So really, the only danger with the dining room is if the ghost room is directly above it. And also, you can loop around this table as well. You can crouch, and the ghost will not get line of sight of you. Then we go to the kitchen here, and there is a fridge that you can hide behind. And you just hide kind of against this corner here. And the ghost will not get line of sight of you unless the ghost paths over here. And if the ghost is over there, it will see you, but anywhere else, it actually will not see you. So that spot can be useful if you're in like a pinch or something. You can also loop around the kitchen island. Just be careful of the fan that's located right there. And then we get to the living room over here, and you have a few spots that you can hide in. And you can hide behind this couch over here, just on the side of it. And it's actually just one big collider that you can just hide behind, and you can actually get a decent visual of the ghost as well. But the problem with that spot is sometimes the ghost will path over here and it will just set a waypoint over there. So if that does happen, be careful. You can also loop around the couch here and you can kind of escape the ghost that way. There's also a fireplace over here that you can hide behind as well, but the fireplace is not as safe as the couch over here because, at least with the couch, you can loop around the ghost a bit. But if the ghost decides to path over here and you're right here, then it will get line of sight of you and you don't really have much of an escape. And trying to loop around the couch will be a little more deadly because you will run out of stamina. There is also a rocking chair over here that you can kind of hide behind, and you can also move with the ghost depending on where it paths. So if the ghost is pathing into the twin bedroom here, you just move your character that way. Or if the ghost is trying to go into the kitchen here, then you just kind of move your character this way. And if the ghost is trying to go over here, then you can also try moving this way as much as you can, but it eventually gets to a certain point where if the ghost goes over here, then it will get line of sight of you. So keep that in mind. Then we also have the laundry room over here, and you have a dryer over here that you can hide behind, and then you also have a little shelf that you can hide behind. And both of these spots are pretty good. The odds of the ghost going into the laundry room are pretty low to begin with, and even if it gets over here, it still won't get line of sight of you if you're in this spot or in this spot. So either way, you're still doing pretty well if you're in those spots. And the odds of the ghost going over here are pretty low to begin with. Then we go to the twin bedroom over here, and there's a little desk that you can hide behind. And over here, you just kind of squish yourself into this corner here. The ghost will most often just go into this closet over here if it wants to, but if it goes over here, then it will get line of sight of you and it will get you. And then in the master bedroom over here, you can hide behind this little bed over here, and the ghost will not see you over top of the bed over here. So most often it will just go over here and it will kind of go into this room over here and kind of go back out sometimes. And if it does decide to go over here, then it will get line of sight of you. So be careful. There is also a little shelf over here beside the bed that you can hide behind as well. And this one also blocks a little bit more line of sight. However, this spot here does not give you a visual of the ghost. So you're kind of trading the visuals of the ghost for your hiding performance. There is also another hiding spot over here that I almost forgot to add. It is just behind this little divider here. And if you hide behind the mannequin, it will block quite a bit of line of sight. However, if the ghost decides to path over here, then it will see you. So just be careful. And then before I forget, there's also a couple of safe spots you may have noticed outside. And and you might be thinking, how can the ghost hunt if you're outside? And there's actually a neat little trick with this. And there is a chance that this will get patched in the future. So if you want to use this, then feel free while you still can. So what you would do is you would kind of go inside a little bit and then back your way out with a motion sensor or something that you can place. And if you can still place stuff outside, then you are still technically inside. So you can actually just hug this wall over here, and then you will go over here, and then you can get like a visual of the ghost from the twin bedroom. Or if you have like a video camera on you, then you can actually get the visual of the ghost from the front door over here. So that can be pretty useful. And then there's also another one at the back over here, which is a little more flexible. So same thing, go into the house slightly and then back out over here. And if you can still place like a motion sensor or a book outside, then you are still technically inside. And when the ghost starts hunting, it will close the doors. And you can also hug this wall over here. And you can get the visual of the ghost over here, but the ghost will not see you. And even if you have your electronics on, the ghost will not get you. So that's the beauty of those spots there. Now let's go upstairs. And let's start off with the attic. There's this locker over here that you can hide in. So just like with the other videos, you can do the triangle method with the doors. So you would open this right door over here, just like that, and then you would close this door in on yourself, and then you'll actually be hiding right about here. The locker method is still pretty good, and even if you don't want to close the doors in on yourself, you can hide beside the locker over here. However, keep in mind, if the ghost ever goes to this corner over here, it will get line of sight of you. And also, if you want to open this door kind of like that, then you'll block a little more line of sight, and the ghost will only get line of sight of you if it's in like this section over here. So if the ghost is in this section here, then it will get line of sight of you. There's also a small little looping spot over here in the attic, but over here, there is kind of a looping spot, or what used to be a looping spot. However, the ghost can just walk through the boxes here. So if you are in the attic and the ghost is trying to chase you, be careful. And there's also a little spot that you can kind of hide in the bathroom here, but that spot is pretty risky. I wouldn't hide there unless you're like really in a pinch. Then we get to the bedroom over here, and there's a couple of spots that you can choose from. There's this desk over here, and then there's also this bed over here. So we'll just draw the bed kind of like this, and then the desk kind of like this. The benefit with this spot specifically is it's kind of closer to this wall over here. The odds of the ghost coming into this room over here are pretty low, whereas the bed over here can be pretty good as well. But keep in mind that it's kind of in the middle of the room. And now we'll get into the gameplay and see how each hiding spot works. Alright, so here we are on Grafton, and there's a total of 9 official hiding spots. The first of which is this bookshelf here. You just hide behind here and then just tuck yourself into this corner here, and you'll be relatively safe. Just make sure you're not crouching right here, because what happens is the ghost goes up and down the stairs, and it will see you over top of this propane tank here. So you want to make sure you're hiding behind this shelf here. The next hiding spot is over here, just past this kitchen here into the workshop, and you just hide behind the mattress here. This is not the safest hiding spot, and there have been times where the ghost just paths in here and then goes over here, and then it just sees you and gets you. I would not hide here, but I'd rather loop around this kitchen counter if at all possible. There's also another hiding spot over here in the laundry room, and this one is pretty good. This hiding spot is on an angle, so the odds of the ghost coming into the spot are pretty low, and I feel pretty safe in here. Even if the boxes are not here, I still feel pretty comfortable in this hiding spot. And then we go into the twin bedroom here, and there's some more boxes here. There is a problem with these boxes specifically, and it's that the ghost can walk right through these boxes here. Now, this is the only hiding spot on this map where the ghost can just walk right through the hiding spot. So if you are hiding here, be careful. Then we go into the master bedroom here, and there's more boxes that you can hide behind. This one is safer than the twin bedroom, as the ghost does not walk through the boxes here. Then we make our way upstairs. Hello, ghost. And we'll go to the attic first. Now, this is your best hiding spot on the map. You just hide in the locker here and hold the door shut, and the ghost will not get you unless you have your electronics on. So this is your best case hiding spot. The only downside with this hiding spot here is that it's kind of far, so you do have to travel a bit of a ways to get there. And then the master bedroom here, this is also an official hiding spot, but it's not a very good official hiding spot. Problem is, the ghost likes to path over here sometimes, and by doing that, it sees you right there in that hiding spot. So I would only hide there if you got no other options. And then, of course, we have the chair. Now, with the 0.11 update, this hiding spot is not as good. And here's why. The player model got bigger, so you're not able to squish into this chair as freely. Whereas prior to that update, you could be much further into this chair if it's available. And this actually used to be an unofficial hiding spot as well. So this Grafton chair hiding spot has seen better days. It's still pretty good in terms of hiding. And then the last official hiding spot is in this bedroom here, and it's behind this crib here. If I need to hide in this room, I actually would not hide behind this crib. And the reason why is there have been a couple of times where the ghost somehow gets line of sight of you in the spot, and it just gets you for some reason. It never used to be the case. And this actually used to be a pretty solid hiding spot. And then this hiding spot, I just don't feel safe in. But we'll get to the unofficial hiding spots and see how they all work. All right, so now for the unofficial hiding spots. And the first one we will talk about is actually outside. Yes, outside. So how this works is you go inside of the building here. You don't have to go in very far, but just for demonstration purposes, I will be inside quite a bit. Notice how I'm trying to place the motion sensor here. I'm going to move my way outside, and notice how I can still place the motion sensor out here. And when this door closes, the ghost will still be able to hunt, and it will still look for you, but the ghost will never get you because you're outside, and even if you're holding an electronic, ghost will sense that you're there, but it still won't get you. And you can even get a visual of the ghost over here, right in this room here. Hello, Bone. So I can still place the motion sensor here, and that is important because the game thinks I am still inside of the house. And because of that, the ghost can still hunt, and it can still try to look for you even though you're outside. Notice how I'm still pressing the place key. as soon as I move far enough back, it disappears. So I am not able to place any items here unless I go back inside of the house. You can even do the same thing at the back of the farmhouse over here. So you just go around the house here, up these stairs, and make sure this door is open. You're able to place a motion sensor, and then you can get a visual of the ghost over here as well. And this one you can actually go slightly further back than the front, so you do have a little more flexibility back here. All right, now we enter the house, and as you can see, we still have a hiding spot at the foyer here, even though this bookshelf is missing. So all you need to do is hide in this little corner here, and you'll be hidden from the ghost. Sometimes the ghost will path here, so keep that in mind. I would have an incense on you just in case. But usually what happens is the ghost will path up and down the stairs and it will not see you. Just like with the official hiding spot, do not hide here. The ghost will see you over the propane tank. And then we go to the dining room here. You could hide behind this part of the table here and the ghost will not be able to see you. You can even hide behind this chair here. The reason why you're able to hide behind the chair here is because this is solid. So this is just one big solid collider. The ghost will not be able to see you unless it gets far enough into the dining room. And this can also be a good looping spot as well. In the kitchen, you also have another looping spot. Just like the dining room, you can loop around the kitchen island and the ghost will not get line of sight of you if you're crouched. Just be careful of this fan here. It will get in the way and it might get line of sight of you. And if you want to hide in the kitchen, you can either use this kitchen island here, or you can hide behind the fridge here. Now keep in mind, if the ghost is in this section here, then it will get line of sight of you. So be careful if you're hiding here. And there's a couple of spots here in the living room as well, but I'd only hide here just before a hunt starts. And we'll start off with this couch here. Notice where I am placing the motion sensor. So this couch here is just one big block here. And same thing with this back part of the couch here. Knowing this info here, I am able to line up the top of the blade of the fan with that wall here. And the ghost will not be able to see me over here. However, if the ghost decides to path over towards the master bedroom or the twin bedroom or the laundry room, then you will have to shift over to the right a little bit. Or if you're just strictly hiding, you don't want to get a visual, then you can hide behind this little back part of the couch here, and the ghost will not see you. The only way it will see you is if it comes into the living room here, and that's when you'll be in a little bit of danger. There's also this spot here beside the fireplace, which you can use. The only downside is if the ghost decides to come into the living room here, then you don't really have an escape. So at the very least with this couch here, if the ghost comes into the living room, then you can at least loop it a little bit. And then you also have this rocking chair over here. Notice how whenever I throw this motion sensor here, it's just getting stopped. And that's because it's just one big collider. Using that to our advantage, the ghost will not be able to see you through this rocking chair, and you'll actually be relatively safe here. Just make sure you move along with the ghost movements. So if the ghost is moving towards the master bedroom, you want to shift over to the right, and if it's going towards the kitchen, you want to go over here. And if it's coming into the living room, then you want to try moving over here as much as you can. But this hiding spot used to be much better. You used to be able to go over top of the leg of the rocking chair, and you can kind of go behind the rocking chair just like this. However, because they changed the player's physics and the player models and all of that, you were no longer able to go over this. So that's unfortunate. All right, next we have the laundry room over here, and you actually do have a couple of options. You can either hide behind this little shelf here, and this spot is pretty good, or you can hide behind this little dryer over here, and you'll actually be slightly safer than that little shelf over there. And that's simply because this dryer is slightly closer to the wall than this shelf over here. Then let's go to the master bedroom, and you do have a couple of options available. You can either hide behind this bed here, and the ghost will not get line of sight of you if it goes into that little bathroom there. But if it comes over here, it will see you. There's also this little desk here that you can hide behind, and this one is better for hiding, but you won't get the visual of the ghost. And just like with the bed over here, if the ghost comes in far enough here, then it will see you and get line of sight of you. So keep that in mind. You can also hide beside this mannequin here, and as long as the mannequin is still here, then it will block line of sight because of how big the collider is. And the only way the ghost will see you is if it comes into this corner here. But if the mannequin is not here, then I would hide here, and it will perform just as well. Then we get to the twin bedroom here, and where you would hide is behind this desk over here. And as long as the ghost does not come over here on this side of the bedroom, then you'll be fine. But if it's just pathing back and forth between the closet there and out there, then you'll actually be pretty safe here, and you can get a good visual on the ghost as well. All right, next we will go upstairs, and you actually do have some options available. So we'll start off with the bedroom over here, and you can hide behind this bed over here. However, a slightly better spot would be over here behind this desk over here. And the benefit with this desk over here is that it is closer to the back of this wall here. The ghost will not get line of sight of you until it's like far into this room here. So you can get a good visual on the ghost as well. You can even line up this corner of the desk here with a door, and you'll actually get full coverage of the ghost. So if you're dealing with the child especially, then you can get a good visual of the ghost as well. And that's because of this collider here, and also the chair here is blocking your legs as well. And this part of the cupboard is open as well. And then over here in the bathroom, you have this desk here, which I don't really recommend. I would only hide here if you're like really in a pinch. And that's because if the ghost comes into this bathroom, then you're kind of dead. Then we come into the master bedroom and into this attic over here, and you can actually hide in this closet here just like this. Just close the door in on yourself, and the ghost will not get line of sight of you. You can also hide beside this locker over here, and you'll block even more line of sight if this door is open. However, keep in mind, if the ghost goes to that corner, it will get perfect line of sight of you. And then what I want to talk about is looping in this room. Can you not? There's a couple of places you can loop in this room, and they're all not great. So over here, this looks like a perfect looping spot. You just crouch and loop around the ghost. However, there's a problem. The ghost, what it likes to do is walk through these boxes, and that has killed me quite a few times in some pretty critical scenarios. I remember doing an apocalypse run on this map, and I was dealing with a yokai, and I was trying to get like a ghost photo or something. And what happened was it spawned just outside of the crucifix over here, and it tried to get me over here. I was trying to like switch to my smudge, and before I even know it, the ghost just killed me. Oh, I'm so dead. And that's because it went right through the boxes over here. Take a look. This event is a perfect example of how the ghost can walk straight through those boxes, and the same can happen during a hunt. You can actually block line of sight with this, and I can place motion sensors here, but it doesn't stop the ghost from walking through it. And these boxes over here, you can actually loop the ghost around here, and the ghost doesn't go through them. So there are some inconsistencies with the boxes as well. And that is it for Grafton. Just like the other hiding guides, if you have any questions, feel free to post them down below and I will answer them as soon as I can. The next map we will cover is Bleasdale Farmhouse, which will mostly consist of furniture hiding spots as well, so stay tuned for that. And that is all that I have for you for today. Hope that this was helpful and informative, and until then, I will see you next time.